right, fellow babies, welcome to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. If you are a Patreon patron or a YouTube subscriber, thank you for all of the support. Shane appreciates it. If you can, remember, please, to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. That's everybody, subscribers and not. That's free, costs absolutely nothing. Amazon pays, it's all included in your Amazon Prime subscription. So please link those two accounts. There are instructions in the show description below. Costs you nothing. Amazon pays. Stick it to them because Shane gets paid. From YouTube, from VGames1, PlayStation just showed Insomniac's Wolverine game. It looks great, but it's not releasing until fall of 26. The other announced exclusives that follow up to Returnal, which didn't sell very well. Those are the only PS5 first-party games, and we have release date that we have release dates for. Now that Xbox has basically left the market, has PlayStation given up on supplying a steady stream of exclusives? What motivation does it really have? Boy, that's a great question. I don't know. So my easy answer is I don't know. I would say you're right that there really are no Xboxes being sold. And, you know, with the higher price and being pulled off the shelves at Costco, Xbox sales aren't going up. Like, no chance. They're going down. If you want a console, obviously, if you want to play Nintendo games, you buy a Switch too. If you want to buy play PlayStation games, you buy a PlayStation. But if you want to buy a console to play, you know, Ultimate Team or to play Fortnite, you're buying a PlayStation because they actually have everything. So yes, the first party lineup is less of a driver for console purchase because there's no competition. And because you can't get everything on the Switch 2 the way you can on the PlayStation. So I agree with you that Sony isn't motivated to do first party, and that's a really, really great observation. Have they given up on supplying a steady stream of exclusives? I think that they're very much wedded to the past practice of, you know, have a big title every year or two. I think they've had a drop-off in productivity lately, but I think that's more because of their live service initiative. They tried so hard to incorporate live services into every single game that they just muffed it. I mean, Concord's like the best example. And, you know, I was wrong about them canceling the Jade Raymond, but canceling that game. But again, we don't know what's going on with that. They're very slow getting stuff out. I would say that Marvel single-handedly has saved PlayStation's exclusives because Marvel is so happy with the Spider-Man games and now with the Wolverine game that, you know, thank God for those, because you'd be saying nothing. You know, there's just nothing in the lineup. And I think that the failure of Concord just shows how hard it is to do, you know, original IP. And again, I've said this repeatedly, Sony just has no clue what it's doing on live services.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. It's time to find out why everyone is buying homes in Montana. Right now, Doug DeShazer has a beautiful single-level home with a triple-car garage available in the best neighborhood in Libby, Montana. This custom 3-bed, 2.5-bath home has a 500-square-foot patio for entertaining. It's built to last with solid wood core doors, Anderson windows, an asphalt driveway, central AC and heat, and a private well to run its sprinkler system. The price was recently reduced, and owner financing is available with 20% down. No matter where you're looking to buy in the U.S., Doug DeShazer is licensed to help. Make him your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643, or go to LibbyMontanaRealestate.com.
They bought Bungie. Where's the next big Bungie title? You know, like just wow. They've done a handful of other games, but boy, the pace has really slowed. I think that all the big publishers are just afraid of new IP. And I think you're absolutely right. Sony has no motivation to keep doing it if they keep selling PlayStations. The fact that they raised the price of the PS5 tells you that they're just not concerned at all. I think they like being dominant. I think they're making a mistake, you know, because I think that the world's gonna pass them by when we go to connected TV, and no one's gonna need a console at all. And that's happening. That's happening in the next 5 years. So, you know, Microsoft's gonna be ready for it. Sony's just not. But I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're not going to get an uptick in the number of first-party exclusives anytime soon because they have no motivation. Their studios are hard at work. You know, there are games coming. I mean, Ghost of Yotei obviously is a first-party title. But I think they're happy with that for this year. They're happy with Wolverine for next year. I don't even remember Returnal. I gotta say, I've been watching these, you know, the announcements coming out of Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show, and I'm just like not overwhelmed with excitement. I mean, there are a lot of good games coming, but not a lot of first-party exclusives coming. And you know, obviously, part of it is GTA, because GTA for real will suck all the oxygen on the planet. Like, once that game launches, nobody's doing anything for 2 or 3 months. Like, people are buying that game and playing that game. And, you know, depending upon the level of success that Take-Two and Rockstar have in integrating GTA Online, I could see GTA just crushing the category for the balance of the year, like just sucking all the wind out of the room. And, you know, people talk about Battlefield upsetting Call of Duty this year. I genuinely think GTA is going to upset Call of Duty next year, and it's coming out 5 months earlier, or 6. You know, so the idea is GTA. I think a lot of this is GTA driven. Everybody just get the hell out of the way. The last time we had a GTA was 2013, and I think most of us thought it would sell 50 million units. You know, not 150 million units, and you know, it was such a phenomenon that now the fear of GTA is legit. You know, it's warranted. The takeaway here is that when we had 3 competitive consoles, and I'm going all the way back to Xbox first one and GameCube and PlayStation 2. When we had 3 competitive consoles that all were trying to carry the same kind of content, exclusives mattered. You would choose your console based on exclusives. Nintendo deviated from that with Switch for sure. Then we had Xbox and PlayStation fighting over the audience with exclusives. And now we've got Microsoft kind of dropping off the planet with consoles and actually upping the first party, you know, title lineup, but that's to sell Game Pass. Nintendo is upping the first party to sell Switch 2, and Sony doesn't care. They see neither of those as competition. So it doesn't matter for Sony. I mean, I think that's what your question is right. You know, what's their motivation to do it? It doesn't matter anymore. So what Sony is really afraid of doing is making a mistake. I'm not sure Returnal is a brilliant business move, but Wolverine is like, no question, it's going to rip. Like, that'll be great, and it's because Insomniac is so great. But I don't think Sony takes risk anymore. I don't think you get risky, you know, first-party titles. And Microsoft, part of the reason the stars are aligning there is all those acquisitions they made. So they, you know, the studios that they purchased 5 years ago, 7 years ago, are really starting to generate content, and now we're getting first party on Microsoft, which will all be something to support Game Pass. So, you know, Microsoft has a reason to do it. Nintendo obviously has a reason to do it. But Sony doesn't feel like it competes with either one of those guys anymore because they're the only ones really selling consoles. And I think your conclusion is right. Sony doesn't care. You know, and again, I stick to my view. Sony's just not a particularly well-run company. The world's going to pass them by when it all goes connected TV and nobody needs a console at all. Then Sony just becomes irrelevant unless they have the first-party development capability. So they need to prove it and build their audience now, and they're not doing it. I think they're missing the boat. I don't think they see this coming. So, and no tears shed here. Like they've been screwing up for years. So, God bless them. So again, to our Patreon patrons and our YouTube subscribers, thank you. You're keeping Shane afloat. Anybody who has an Amazon Prime account, please remember to link that to your Twitch Prime account. You have to do that every month. There are instructions on how to do so in the show description below. It's free for you. You stick it to Amazon. You have to redo it every month. So please relink those 2 accounts. Shane gets an extra $250. It costs you absolutely nothing. You're sticking it to Amazon, and it's free money. It's part of your subscription, so take advantage of it. If you don't, you're a chump. That's it for Pachter Factor. I will see you, my fellow babies, next week.